Hey everyone, RogueGold here, welcome back to the Division 2. Today we've got some big surprise news. We got the patch notes early for Year 6 Season 3.3, which is going to be releasing next Tuesday, May 6th. But it's not just your average patch, they're introducing a brand new feature called Stretch Goals in which the Season Pass for this season is being extended. And by grinding those new tiers, we are going to get stuff like a limited time outfit, new Brooklyn arm patches, and our first ever exotic weapon skin for the Scorpio. What? Yeah, so again, this stuff is not coming until next week, but of course we gotta talk about it right now, so let's get straight to it. Alright, so as you see right here, we are over on the known issues board in which they have posted the Year 6 Season 3.3 patch notes. I will link these down in the description as always in case you want to read them for yourself. But let's get straight to it. The headline thing here is Stretch Goals Season Pass Extension Limited Time Event. So Stretch Goals is a new limited time feature that extends the Season Pass beyond Tier 100, giving you additional rewards to chase after finishing the main progression. So this is going to be available for a limited amount of time, I believe 3 weeks from May 6th, this coming Tuesday, to May 27th, which is the launch day for Battle for Brooklyn in Year 7 Season 1. This event is going to add a special extra page, page 11, to the Battle Pass with 10 looping reward tiers. Once you reach Tier 110, the loop resets at 101, letting you keep earning rewards as long as the event is active. One important stipulation, though, is that progress is earned the same way, right, as standard Season Pass XP sources, including the journey, prior objectives, weekly projects, scouts, and activities like missions, descent, and conflict. However, XP events like the 5x or 3x only apply to up to Tier 100, right? Progress in the stretch goals follows the normal XP rate. So you will go a bit slower than you would during those events, but it's only 10 tiers, right? And you can go pretty quickly through those with stuff like priority objectives and all of that. This is the pretty sick part though. Look at what the rewards include. Crafting materials and seasonal gear caches. This I assume will be the looping rewards if you want to keep going from 110, 101, 110. You'll keep getting these over and over. But as for one-time rewards, there's an exclusive vanity items from Year 6 Season 3 Street Style Collection, including a full kickflip outfit, a Scorpio exotic weapon skin called the Carapace, and 5 Brooklyn activation arm patches. Alright, so we are getting basically early Brooklyn rewards, or at least Brooklyn themed stuff, right, with 5 different arm patches themed that way. You got the full outfit here, but our first ever exotic weapon skin for the Scorpio. We talked about in a video a few months ago how there was a survey they went out with the devs asking what kind of new cosmetic stuff people would want to see, and exotic weapon skins was on that list. So it looks as though they are going through with it. I'm very excited to see what this looks like, and this is all coming on Tuesday. That's going to be pretty fun to grind through, again, especially alongside like the new master mission, all that stuff. They do say stretch goals is only active during a short window each season. Any unclaimed rewards will be granted automatically the next time you log in. So apparently this is going to be a thing that they repeat in the future, right, during each season. So yeah, we now have this new thing where the end of the season pass is grindable and you'll get repeated rewards. Alright, but it's not just this event that's coming for Year 6 Season 3.3. We also have a few pretty notable fixes down here. The ongoing debate on how to activate active modifiers on controller continues because they're actually reverting the input to back up on the D-pad. However, they've hopefully now fixed the conflict where it would, when you would inspect a loot pile, it would then activate it, because they've changed that input to being holding up on the D-pad. So in theory, to activate your active modifier, press, and if you want to inspect, you hold up. Hopefully that fixes things. I don't know. We'll see. This is a huge one right here to any conflict player. They fixed the issue in conflict where kill credit was given to the player who eliminated an opponent instead of the one who downed them. This was something that got introduced, I believe, towards the beginning of the season. I was sure to report it. It's pretty detrimental to the conflict experience, so I'm glad to see them fixing that one up. Additionally, there was an issue with players not receiving Season Pass XP after completing a countdown run. Fixed the issue with the descent mode being inaccessible from the boot entrance on characters created in Wony. There were visual issues here with the TAC 50 rifle and the Pestilence, and they added multiple localization files and added stability improvements. Well, there you have it, folks. That is the patch notes for Year 6 Season 3.3. Again, this is going live into the game on Tuesday. I'm quite excited for this stretch goals event again, especially because we're getting kind of a bit of a content injection with the master mission, the finale for Year 6 Season 3. This is going to be fun to collect these new rewards in the time between now and Brooklyn's launch. Again, really interested to see what our first ever exotic weapon skin is going to look like for the Scorpio. There's good stuff on the way. So there you have it, folks. That is the patch notes. I would love to gauge some of your guys' thoughts on what we're getting in this Year 6 Season 3.3 update. What do you think about the new stretch goals event? Does the idea of grinding the end of the battle pass on loop to get repeating rewards sound enticing to you? What do you think about the fact that we're getting some Brooklyn themed cosmetics, the exotic weapon skin for the Scorpio? What do you think that's going to look like? And as always, is there anything you don't see in this patch that you think needs to be addressed? Whatever you've got, leave it down below. That is everything I've got for you today. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. RogueGold. Out.